Hello, my bonny bairns, and welcome to Not So Straight Talk on April 3rd. 2 seconds, I'll get an echo. iPad mute.
This is as quiet as it gets.
No, it's fucking no. Hello, how are you, geezer?
I'm smashing. Having a wee fight with Amazon and Alexa.
So we're also going to be joined this evening, theoretically, by the top 4 from Glasgow's Drag Race on TikTok.
Yes.
Unfortunately, only one of them's here at the moment, and they arrived during the opening titles.
I'm so sorry. I didn't even realise.
No, it's not your fault. I'm like, I've received a message saying that, you get the top 4's coming on. I'm like, that's fine. Right, and I'm like, they're not here yet. I'm like, I kind of need to start at 8. So I'll just start and I'll just prattle. Yeah, I'll prattle until the top 4 come on. Tell you even better than that, I'm announcing Miss Congeniality live on this stream, apparently.
Oh my day. Well, I might be a bit early for my own crown.
I don't know if I am on. The message was like, you can announce Miss Congeniality. I'm like, sounds good. Just I said, make you all sweat.
Exactly. Imagine it wasn't even one of the top 4.
It's Sugar. Oh, sorry. We'll find out later on the show.
Yeah. Hashtag Team Sugar. That creased me. I love that.
Emma's walking home. She'll be with us in 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
I love Emma. Emma is so supportive of not even just Scottish drag, like UK drag in general. You know what I mean? She watches all the lives, she tips, she promotes everything. Right, she's bought tickets to all of our cancelled shows. I think Emma's got tickets for. Every time I have to do the changeover of shows for the new dates and everything, there's generally an Emma Gibson one. I'm like, okay, there we go. Emma's moved over. Emma's moved over. Oh, there's Emma's again moved over. And she always comes on to the Piss to Bed Sundays when it was just me and Nomi doing it. She watches all the Not So Straight Talk. She watched our Vesta interviews. She's an amazing person. We're so glad to have her.
We need people like that, and then people don't realise that if you catch on to things quick and early, and you latch on to queens and things like that, you end up being able to follow that journey and even be with them right at the end when they are, wherever they are in their journey. I love that. I love people that are that supportive regardless of what's going on. Emma's a keeper.
Okay. So I've just received a message with information. But I'm going to wait until later. But I now know who won Miss Congeniality.
Sugar.
Sugar. That's unfair. Was Sugar in the running? I couldn't see her in the video, but I don't know whether I just missed her.
No, she's no longer in the running for anything.
Right. I wasn't sure whether it was I had just missed her or whether she was.
Don't worry. No, she's fine about it.
Well, I'm sure she is because she's a fucking icon, apparently.
I'm one of her best friends, right? I think she's an absolute icon. But we've had words and we both know that I don't agree with what she done and how she done it. We move on. Still pals.
I do love bringing up. I love bringing. I don't actually care anymore. Didn't really care at the time anyway, because it's no skin off my nose. But I do enjoy. This will be the last week of it because that's competition now finished.
Yeah,
but I did enjoy the wee sort of when you would be doing your Instagram lives and who do you think's going to win? Team Sugar.
Exactly. I love that. Oh, absolutely loved it. And even when I was speaking to Sugar on WhatsApp and stuff like that, and I'd tell her, that Auntie Effie's on your side with things now, and she's like, well, she should be,
Well, right, to be clear, I was never not on Sugar's side, right?
Yeah.
We were brought in to judge a competition. A decision was made as to who was going in the bottom because of what they done on that challenge.
Yeah.
Right. My only issue with Sugar was when Sugar then was sending messages and what I felt was inappropriate comments and extremely disrespectful towards other contestants. And it's like, who the fuck are you?
That's where I drew the line as well. I was like, Sugar, by all means disagree and by all means leave, but the
Be
comments.
pissed off. I fully appreciated being pissed off, not being happy, maybe, and I understand that as a creative person, putting so much into something that the consumer just doesn't get.
Yeah.
And that's fair enough. It's like you had the opportunity to come and fight, state your case. You had the opportunity then to come on here. That's why you were given the opportunity to say, you're a cunt, you were wrong. Please note this show may contain strong language, political views, and all that adult content. Make sure the Waynes are in bed before you switch on. So, like, and I do hope she does well. And as much as I did say I don't see her doing very well in this industry, I'm hoping that it is a blip, and either she, don't want to say learns from it, but either she learns from, or it was an out of character blip, and she does go on to do well.
I think knowing her, it was more of a, she knew, like, we both discussed like what we would do for certain categories in it. She put so much time and effort into the Bride Challenge, which was another 4 weeks away, and into the finale. She was ready for it in the Snatch Game, and she stumbled at the second hurdle. Even though we all agreed she shouldn't be in the bottom, just as queens in general, we talked amongst ourselves, like, oh, you definitely shouldn't be in the bottom too. But then she was. She set an expectation for herself, and she also prepared for so many weeks ahead that she was like, do you know what? If I'm already stumbling, I'm leaving. And
I don't think she stumbled for the reason she stumbled in week was she did something that I understand why she thought was Ayrshire. It didn't necessarily make us think of Ayrshire. And that
yeah,
was by someone who's from Ayrshire and someone who's from Glasgow. And I don't know whether she kind of shot herself in the foot that our intro video had so many strong Ayrshire references that then weren't used in our final video.
yeah,
Nothing matched up.
personally, I thought the outfit looked great, and I thought she was going to win the challenge. The only thing that I could think that popped her in the bottom two, and obviously it's all personal taste, right? Obviously you're a judge, that's completely personal. But the only thing I could think of was that maybe it was because the cow wasn't black and white. That's the only thing I could think of. But
black and white. The cow was black and white with a sepia filter rather than being a brown and white cow.
Right.
But that was, as much as that was part of the critique and part of the reason, I would love, if you know the answer, please let me know. What has Copacabana got to do with Ayrshire? Barry Manning Copacabana got to do with Ayrshire?
Nothing. But I don't think, even I didn't think about the songs to use, in the TikToks. I just picked a song that was lively and fun for whatever, or fit some sort of ambient thing, like when I did the Haunted Bride. But I think she was just looking for a lot of contrast and, oh, she's a cow. Oh, Coco Cabana, let's have a bit of fun. It's just, it's sugar. It's the only thing I can say as.
Like, that's fine, fair enough. It was just, when you were compared it against all the other contestants, like, these are the sort of things, when we had this sort of bottom four, and then looking at what was saving each person from being the bottom or what was put in the bottom.
Yeah.
Reese gets saved from the bottom because the main critique across the bottom four was we didn't really know where you were trying to do it, didn't scream where you were doing. Reese got saved for writing yoker across his dress. And there is a big part of me who would have put Reese in the bottom for writing yoker across his dress. Because you've not done the challenge. You've literally wrote the name of your town across. But it came down to literally being, well, I can't say you didn't scream your hometown and say that, oh, you're on the bottom because you did scream your hometown.
Yeah.
You spelled it out. But it was a well-made dress. He'd made the dress himself, I think. I'm getting to you two in a minute, but I'm finishing my point. Candy's was a wee bit too generic.
But yeah, the football one.
Yeah, it was clearly like hammed. So my comment about Giza not really the music not matching, Candy was using music, like football music, on the football pitch, so it made it a coherent video for football pitches and all that. Charlie kind of missed the mark and needed to step up a wee bit. But again, it was dressed a queen at a park, for Queen's Park, using Queen of the Night. The
I see where you're going.
We're there to sort of add to it.
Yeah.
Nothing in Sugars that was making sense or adding up as to why I would watch that and think of Ayrshire.
True, because they could have used maybe like a Robbie Burns song or something. Anything.
Yeah, that was Burns song. Deacon Blues Dignity, which was written about a guy in Girvan, or the band, is it Biffy Clyro that was from Ayrshire that's stayed there?
I think so, yeah.
Look, she did a great video of all these wonderful things have came from Ayrshire, and then didn't use them in an Ayrshire video.
Okay, I now understand a lot more from your point of view, because I've just been hearing Sugar's point of view, and I've been going, I don't understand it myself. Why were you in the bottom two? She was top for me. But now I understand when you break it down. I get it. But
how does nobody understand why she was
no, I just think the outfit was really well put together on her side, because we went through so many pictures and kind of just
it was a great cow dress. It wasn't an Ayrshire cow.
Yeah. I also loved your comment when you were like, when you said you were going to be doing an Ayrshire cow, I was scared you're going to become dressed as me. I love that.
But it does now mean for Jack and the Beanstalk this year, I'm going to have to get a new cow dress. Because my cow, well, no, I don't, because I'm now going to have to make the joke about I'm an old Ayrshire cow, which means I'm going to have to have two sets of dairy jokes. One is an Ayrshire cow in a brown and white dairy dress. And then later on, when I go, are you cold, son? Cold, I'm freezing. When I'm black and white one. Right.
You know, Sugar's going to be asking for commission on some of this. You know, like, you stole my cow, Anthony.
Trust me, I'm a bigger cow than that will ever be. But before we carry on, we also have the other one. Well, sorry, the joint third place contestant, Miss Bonnie Banks.
Hello.
I know we're talking about Sugar, but Candy doesn't appear to be here. Maybe she's taking the pet as well now. Although, to be fair, Candy's done quite a few of these, so maybe she's running out. And the winner of Glasgow's Pride Glasgow's Drag Race on TikTok, that's a fucking mouthful. Gary King.
Yeah.
Hello, my honey bear.
Hiya.
I
can't really.
But you can hear us, guys.
Yeah, I can now.
Fabulous. So, well, congratulations on winning. How much did that cost you? How much did that cost you? How the fuck did you end up winning after that? How did that cost you? I'm only kidding you. You all did amazingly, and you two, Candy, did absolutely fantastic. Candy's on it. I guarantee Candy's going to do what she did a couple of weeks ago and come on, off.
Oh.
Hi, Candy. Yep.
Hiya.
Oh, we can hear her. Frozen. Before you disappear, Gary, and I forget, what was the name of your wig person, Gary? I've got a bag full of them I need fixed.
My wig girl?
Uh-huh.
She's called Kathleen Ann Fannin. I'll probably post up about her later. She is the best. She's so good.
and I've got a bag of wigs that I need to look fixed. And I've got this. Am I sending them to Blackpool? Am I just buying new wigs from Blackpool? What am I doing with them? And by the looks of things, as long as I keep a couple of standard wigs, I might just send the Judge ones away to get done into panto wigs. I'm wearing one of my new panto costumes here, but you can't really see it. So you did your ex interview last night, so I don't want to try and repeat a lot of it. But did you think you were going to win? And I think that would be more just like, who had you not won? Who were you expecting to win? He's shady here, mate.
I wasn't sure who was going to win. I was sure it wasn't me. And as I was getting ready, it was like 7:05, and I wasn't properly ready yet. And I hadn't done the lip sync video. And when I found out that it was me and Bonnie, I just went, oh, it's not going to be me. So I just was sort of just sitting with a cup of tea, just chilling. And then I was I better get ready. And then the guys for TikTok tried Glasgow Drag Race messaged me and said, Gary, why have you not sent us a video yet? And I was like, I'll do it in a minute. And I think I finished the video at 8:03. And I made it and I edited it at real time. Like I was literally shooting it and going, that'll need to do, and just shoving it in. And I had ordered hip pads to come for the look, but they didn't come. So I had to go into a HelloFresh box and get the foam that they give you to wrap up the meat. Shove that into my tights. So I was wearing half a HelloFresh box, and I thought I looked quite glamorous for it.
You did look really good last night.
Thank you.
Like I enjoyed you throughout the competition. Oh, all right, okay, I'll get to that in a second. All right, well, welcome. Right, so someone's put a message in. No, actually, we're going to delete that. Sorry, I started in that message. That message was fine. That message isn't fine, so it's not going up. Sorry. It started off as I thought was going to be a really nice message for Gary. Can you see that in the comments? Welcome through on YouTube. Okay. I thought you did great throughout the competition. I was slightly scared between week 1 and week 2 when your critique was don't rely on being punny, and I'm like, no, because I need you punny in week 2. Like, I agreed with it for the rest of the competition. Like, no, for week 2, I want you to come out as a genie and say wish all or similar.
Well, that was it. They said to me, they were like, the first week, don't rely on being funny. And then that week they said, and the judges this week are anti-Effie. And I was like, well, surely she's going to want me to tell a joke.
It's literally why my whole thing was like, be a pun on the name. Like, he's like, how did you find the competition overall?
I think it was really, really fun. I don't know about everybody else, but see right now, I am stressed out my face. I'm working. I'm doing my master's at uni. I am so stressed with everything that's going on. And the 3 hours I've been spending a week making this video has been like a therapy for me. It's been just nice to do something that's not stressful, that's not lockdown related.
Yeah.
And I could just have a laugh. And to be fair, the most exciting bit for it was for me every week was the 5 o'clock and the Friday when I'd get to see what they had all done.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my weeks now because Straggle UK is finished. So there's my Thursday nights. Right, I don't need to worry about that hour and a half. Right, but on a Friday, I knew it was Friday when it got to 5 o'clock, and I'm then checking your individual TikToks because you had started posting your videos before Pride posted them all. Then watching the Pride ones, then waiting for the judges, and moaning every week about how late the judges were. Hold my hands up, knowing how late my critique video was. Right, of everyone else. It wasn't even as if it was late. It's just because it takes so long to start film, and you're trying to work out where you're going, and trying to condense all the critiques into a couple of wee critiques for you that are useful. there's no point in sitting there going, well, that here was at a place you did this, just trying to make it shit sandwich. This was good. That needs worked on. This was good. And keep going. So yeah, I'm kind of going to miss it. It also
I
means
think
that
when you're saying that, I think I speak on behalf of everybody. That it's just to say thank you to everybody who was a judge on it. Like every single
Yeah.
week,
Oh yeah.
feedback was so thorough. It was detailed. It was helpful. And I know there's been scandal with what you were speaking about before, but to be fair, I watched every bit of the judging and I thought to myself, that's spot on.
yeah, look,
So,
I can't speak for the other judges, but if there is anything that any of you need going forward, send me a message. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I can help you, but if there is something that if you need to borrow, like wigs or costumes or something, there's hundreds of them stuck in here, like from different shows. Let me know. I'm not saying it'll be good advice, but if there is anything you can message. And
thank
so,
you.
But just knowing that that's there is amazing. Like that's something that came out of this is a little support group of queens that I had never spoken to before, and I have the numbers if I need to. I can go, oh, that queen would be great for this, or that queen's good at this. I could get advice on that. Just knowing that, and even on the judges' side, like you said, it's just amazing to know we can approach these people now and not seem like that weird person that just asks. Yeah.
No, but like definitely there was something I was thinking of there. Is Candy come out and I pressed let Candy in. I had something in my head and it's gone. So I do apologise for that. So it's really annoying because I'm sure it was a really important comment about the competition and about the judging. Oh well. Not about the okay. And this isn't what I was thinking about, but it's something I thought about earlier on. How did you feel about having completely different judges every week?
I liked it.
You can be honest. I have an opinion, and it's about this competition and other competitions, and how, in my opinion, they have the same issue but different ends of the spectrum. So I just want, as a contestant, how did you feel about doing a 6-week competition with a new judge every week?
I personally liked it. The only thing I thought would have been a bit better if there was that one consistent judge that took on board everything. Much like RuPaul, who is the consistent one with the guest judges and things. That way, when the critiques were all heard, that person can evaluate, okay, from last week they were asked to do this, we can see that they've applied that, which from the first week I was told we want a full body shot because I didn't give that in the first video, and I made sure that every week consequently that I did, and I made sure to listen to it and try. But I think with a new judge every week, they don't, maybe they did, but they don't necessarily know about all the critiques that we all had previously.
What about you, Bonnie and Gary? How did you feel about having a new judge every week?
I think I liked it.
Yeah. I loved every week as well that there was a drag queen, and so we were actually being given good critique by experienced drag artists. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
No, like for me, my opinion, like having watched competition and judging it and different things, and having organised competition before and watching other competitions around Glasgow in the UK, I agree with Keys that I feel that if you needed, what was missing from this one was consistency and someone watching your growth and praising your growth. I'm sure that people were watching and praising your growth, but I mean in terms of the competition. But it's the same with other competitions that do have a standard set of judges and there is no guest, it then becomes you're always being judged on preconceived notions. So, and that's what I mean, how it seems to be the same problem with a lot of competitions, but it's different ends of the spectrum. I think had this competition or any competition had, like, say 2 or 3 set judges, and a guest every week, which gives you the set judges to be able to look and say, well, we've told them this, they've applied it, or we've told them to stop doing this, and they're still doing it. But also some of a fresh pair of eyes going, just an outsider, I liked watching that, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
But it's all about growth and,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
play to be ear and how it all works. Is there anything else that you've liked or disliked about the competition as a whole, or that you would change? So if Pride Glasgow are watching it, which we know they are, but you don't need to worry about them because I'll batter them if they try and attack you. Is there anything in terms of if they wish to run this or a similar competition again that you would want to change, or that you've thought worked really well or didn't work well?
I would like to see season 2 in a bar, maybe like live.
Okay.
Season 2. I would like to see it where you can do more than a minute. I think it was so hard to condense. As an artist, you probably have like an hour's worth of creativity in your brain, and trying to condense that into a minute was like, oh. But at the same time, it like was good. I don't know. It was like good to learn to edit and how to. Because I was new to TikTok. I'm an old granny, but yeah, that's what I would say is maybe a platform where it isn't just 1 minute.
I think it was hard because, like, for me personally, I performed on stage all the time, and I'm used to an audience and another person to bounce off of. So, for example, at the Snatch game, you're sitting in a room yourself. Where is the banter really meant to come from? And I think that if we had been in the same room, we could have had jokes with each other, and we could have, and I think everybody done a nice job. But I think it's just that missing element of the audience. But the same as Bonnie, I had never used TikTok before, really. I had plenty of tries, but I wasn't any good at it. So then it was learning how to do like the transitions and all the different things to make it like, because at the end of it yesterday, I was thinking to myself, this is also a TikTok competition. It's not just a drag competition. So that's why I probably went a wee bit heavy with the full TikTok transitions and stuff in the last videos. But I thought to myself, it's a TikTok competition.
I think that was what was weird. I'm glad that there was a TikToker and a drag judge, because that was what was weird when you're sort of judging it, because you're looking at it going, am I judging them on their drag and whether they are doing well and going to do well in drag, or am I judging as to how they know, if they know how to filter and edit a video?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm a technophobe. I can't do all that editing and filtering, right? But I can go and stand up on Benidorm and entertain drunk Brits for 3 hours. I can be in function suites in Lanarkshire with menopausal women. You know what I mean? I can sell out an adult panto. Do I mean I edit a fucking video? Like, so I think that was good, was that you did have the sort of two different judges. But it was just like how you found it, because I would have liked you to have more time to do things. And the same with Snatch Game, I would have liked just to have, even if you couldn't be together due to restrictions, even something like this, so that you were actually playing your characters rather than just sitting there going, and here's my Snatch Game answer, and here's a quote from this person. And I would have liked to, having to have like Jennifer Coolidge, being confused by Mary Poppins Brawley and stuff like. I think it would have, for a lot, obviously, it would have helped you get into the character and portray the character.
I think a good thing to have done would maybe have made something like Snatch Game live on Instagram, because that way you don't have like a time constraint on what you needed to do. So you could have one of the judges sitting there chatting and made sure everyone was watching that needed to be watching, and and with Instagram, you can invite specific people. So just say, oh, and here's my next guest, Mary Poppins, and bring them on and ask the questions and maybe have a bit of banter, a lot of ad lib and on the spot thinking, and then, cheery bye.
I think that sounds amazing, but I think also what the guys at Pride Glasgow done was they done something they had never done before. Like everybody's
That's true.
doing just now.
Yeah,
You're
true.
trying stuff out online that you've never tried before because you're having to. And I think their planning's been great. Fair play, maybe if they do it again, they'll probably change and tweak wee bits. But I think that's the same with everything. If you do something twice, 3 times, it's going to get better. And I think if this is where they started, for it to get better, it's going to be really good. So I'm really excited for that.
This is why I'm asking: is if they do it again, what did work and didn't work? Because rather than them again, sort of sitting in a room going, "What will we do?" Right? Let's organise a drag competition, but not ask any drag queens about it before we've announced it. Right? Right. Let's put it in TikTok without asking anyone about it because these two things are popular and we've mashed them together. So this is what I was like saying. What works in, like, what has worked and didn't work for you, so that they go, right, we're doing it again. This is what we need to do. I think they've done a cracking job. I know that other people have decided to be vocal about things that they didn't like, but that's because LGBT people like to moan. Hence why we have our own show, Not So Straight Talk. But some of them is, I'm not going to say bitterness. I don't think it's bitterness. Some people just want to be the shouting voice standing up for everything.
Which isn't
Although
necessarily
apparently
a
the
bad
comments
thing.
maybe were nice, so that's fine. No, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think there's a lot of, as much as yes, I may have been critical about things on this show and stuff like that, there's other people who literally have sat in lives and full blown, without actually talking to any of you, went into sort of like full blown, this is what's happening. No, it's fucking not. Anyway. You know, oh, they did this, they did that. When? Anyway.
I'm sorry to have to do this, but my HelloFresh hit pads actually delivered a box of Move food for me, and I cooked it, and I need to go and eat it because I'm starving.
That's fine. That's why I was trying to get through you a bit quickly at the start. Okay,
That's
well,
all right.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And also, just to these other, obviously Candice fell out of this chat, but you guys were amazing, and I really enjoyed watching you, and I'd really like to meet you one day because I've never even met you before.
We need to record Glasgow's On. We need to get the top 4, the remix recorded.
Yeah.
Glasgow's On.
I'm going to head off, but thank you so much to all of you, and thank you to everybody, if anybody's watching, who liked my stuff, commented on my stuff. I feel really proud of what I put out there, and I think that everybody should be because they've done a really good job. But thank you so much, and have a good night, everybody, okay? See you later.
Congratulations.
Before we move on, if any other contestants are currently watching but aren't on and want to come on, Krishna sent you the link because in about half an hour I'll announce who won Miss Congeniality. I'm assuming you haven't been told because as far as I know I'm announcing it, so I'm just checking if you've been told.
Not a clue.
No.
But, so if there's anyone else, any of the other contestants that want to pop on for, then feel free. So we've got second and joint third. I'm trying to remember what I do remember what your videos were. Okay, so Bonnie, why did you do the Bonnie Tyler verse? Oh fuck, Bonnie and Bonnie. Okay, my question doesn't make sense. So I'm still going to ask you, but I think I know what the answer's going to be. Why did you do Bonnie Tyler rather than Fairy Godmother holding out for the hero?
I don't know. I think I wanted to give something that was really high energy. And I'm a mover. I'm not a dancer. I'm a mover. Because I think dancers are really technically good. I can kick my leg up a good bit and do a death drop.
I might actually start getting on with you. Is this where we get into the argument of whether you're a dancing queen or whether you're just someone that can fling themselves about in a pretty way?
I'm a
There's a
mover.
lot of people that call themselves dancing queens.
Oh, I'm not a
Dance. What they do is they do drag queen dancing, they move, they do great sort of tricks and all that.
I feel very
They're
attacked.
not dancing. Right, so if you look at someone like Nomi can tap, do ballet, and actually when Nomi does dance compared to other people who are like, I'm the dancing queen of Oktarmukti and all that, because at one point every new drag queen was the dancing diva of insert scheme. Right, and that's not like I read against anyone. There just seems to be a point where everyone seemed to be calling themselves the dancing diva of, and it went from being like Scotland, City, and then it started to be like fucking schemes. Like,
And the dancing
like,
queen of Castle Milk.
and the concept like the dancing queen, and you're like, you don't dance.
Dancing Queen of Castle.
You jump about, you flail your arms, you do a death drop, and you can do the splits, but you don't dance. And when you do dancey things like a high kick or a fletty, you're not actually doing it correctly. You're just kicking. You're not doing like a high kick, you're kicking. So that's good. So you felt that you could move better to Bonnie Tyler than to...
Yeah,
I think you see the Jennifer Saunders version is such a gay classic. It's like, name one cover that's better than the original, and everyone goes, Fairy Godmother song.
I think it's because I liked the continuous kind of pulse under Bonnie Tyler's, like the 80s, like the synth, like this. It's not the synthetic. It's not the synthetic.
Synthesizer.
Synthesizer. The synthetic. But I liked that. Sorry. But yeah, I just wanted something that was, and I think 80s is my favourite era of music. So
Yeah.
I wanted to do some 80s, something high energy, and something I could move to.
And you moved because I didn't realize how much of a mover you were until you did the back bend thing, and my jaw actually opened. I went, "Oh, Bonnie's a challenge. Okay, this like she's really upped what I knew Bonnie was good at." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not getting any further than this if I'm against Bonnie at all." No, you're a mover.
Oh, thank you so much. It's like I said, I'm not a dancing queen because dancing is really technical. But I can fling myself about.
So we also have, Reese, who went out
Sixth place.
fourth.
I think Reese was sixth place.
Right, Reese, who went out in the reading challenge.
Yes.
I can't do the mathematics. Hey, joining us. Hello, Reese. How are you?
Hi, girls. I'm all right. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
We are fine. So, how did you find the competition overall?
I found it was an interesting experience doing the competition on TikTok, like virtual, because I've done so many competitions just like in clubs and stuff. So this was a new experience.
Right, let's get out there. Yes, you have.
It was
Right,
fun.
you literally went into the competition as who's the one I'm looking for? Probably the most experienced that I
Probably.
was aware of out of the contestants. And you definitely had the experience of doing competitions because you have been doing drag for 4 years, 3 years.
Over 5 years.
And I don't think you've done every competition in Glasgow, but you have done quite a few, and even one of them.
In Edinburgh.
Oh, was it in Edinburgh?
Yeah. I won Wig Wars in 2008. I think it was that long.
That's not what I thought you won. I thought you'd won not the pageant upstairs.
No.
Which penalty I thought you won. I felt if you'd won something in AXM.
I don't think I have, but the pageant upstairs actually second place against Lost.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I just
Yeah.
think
I didn't win that, but start that rumor.
I think
So, how did you find the judging overall in terms of? Did you think it was fair? Because I think you were at a disadvantage for a number of reasons. You were at a disadvantage, but
yeah.
mainly you were at a disadvantage as I don't know how much the other judges knew about other contestants, but I would say most of the judges have saw you perform before.
I'm pretty.
So we're possibly at a disadvantage or advantage, depending how you performed in each challenge. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I feel like the ones who have seen me perform know what I'm capable of and thought, maybe she's capable of more, didn't give as much as we know she can, or something like that.
Have you, as being like the one that is, I don't want to say the experienced one, because it's not that you're the experienced one, they were inexperienced and all that. I think just the one that was maybe aware of and known before the competition. There is that sort of difference, and that's again what I meant about whether it should have been consistent judging and a guest rather than constant guests, because the issue with consistent judging is you're prejudged.
Yeah.
And with just guests, you don't actually get the chance to improve and grow, because what one person says doesn't relate to what you need to do to impress the next judge.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
So I've still got 20 minutes before I do my congeniality. Is there any other comments that you would want to make about the competition that you liked, didn't like, comments, critiques that were made about you that you disagree with, comments that were made that you disagree with, don't disagree with?
No, I
just
think
generally, this is your time to say whatever you want about anything that's happened in the last 6 weeks.
Overall, I completely enjoyed the competition, and it was great making new friends out of all the queens. Like, they're all a lovely bunch. So, the first week when I saw how talented they were, I was like, holy shit. And I kind of underestimated, and then when I saw what they were all capable of, I was like, these queens came to play. And I feel like the judging throughout the competition has been completely fair and understandable, and I completely all the critiques on me were very reasonable, which I totally get. So yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I think you did well. There was times where you disappointed me, but I think it's literally because I've saw what you have done previously.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so, sometimes you were phoning it in.
I know. I've been told that I don't give my 100%. That I know I can. So
I think you knew in week one that you did sewing rather than dragging a dime, and you've done enough competition and saw enough things to know that wasn't dragging a dime, right? Right, for hometown look that really you knew you saved yourself by writing Yoker across your chest because. Again. Yeah. Credit where credit's due. You sold 2 brilliant dresses. Right.
Yeah.
If this was a Great British Sewing Bee, you were doing fantastic. But you sold 2 dresses for challenges, knowing that if I could sew the dress and they can't fling them out because I sewed it myself and no one else, I sewed it myself. You are sneaky, Reese. You are sneaky.
In my defense, about my Yoker Swan dress, I know I didn't make it clear enough, but the color scheme of it was the Yoker Fairy and Yoker Swan, and I know I should have made that more clear. Had I known, I probably should have done a pun with it instead. I would have dressed myself as an egg yolk or something. Would have been.
Did you dress yourself as an egg yolk? You would have been in the top.
If only.
And I tried to sort of tease it, and I tried to not give anything away in case people were from these areas. But I literally wanted someone dressed as the Virgin Mary on top of a hill doing Mary Hill. Right? I wanted a milkmaid with a kid's castle on their head doing castle milk. Right.
Well, it's weird because for Glasgow City Centre, in my entrance video for it, I said Glasgow Shitty Centre, and I was going to dress up as some sort of poo emoji kind of thing, but have little landmarks kind of thing to do with it. But then I thought it's literally what you've just described. I was like, would that land me in the bottom or not? And then I was like, no, Duke of Wellington. It's the only way I could think of it.
You know that's who won, because it was nearly a double win. Oh, Angel won.
Yeah, it was nearly Angel.
It was nearly a double win. Do you know why you weren't a double win? Was it ever explained to you?
Yeah, it was explained to me, yeah.
Right, that's fine. Just why I had to send you a message later on and say, look, It literally was a double win, and then quick. It can't be a double win. It can't be a double win. It can't be a double win. So that's fine.
Yeah, which is
No,
fine. I understand.
And it was something so stupid that nobody realised until someone who just I'm not saying someone that just wanted to moan, but there was a lot of that. A comment was made, and you suddenly go, "That's not what they were fucking doing," but that's how it's getting twisted. So
I will just say, I was green and bronze.
That's what I saw as well, and never noticed it until the idea is put in your head. And
Exactly.
It's like, right, okay, it was a double win anyway, so it wasn't that we were taking the win off you and giving it to someone else. It was a double win because we couldn't decide. And the same with the bottoms, where we're looking for things to put them up or put them down. It was like, can he be dealing with folk moaning about that? Right, okay.
No,
It's fine because she's going to win next week. I don't think you did, but like,
No, I didn't.
it's like, she'll win next week. She'll win next week. Was it Snatch Game the next week?
Yeah. And I won. It
Was
still
it?
worked out. It worked out.
I just meant that in terms of like, we didn't think that you not winning was going to really affect you. Although Bonnie Banks won twice.
I know.
Did anybody else realise the fact that Bonnie never lip synced until the lip sync for the crown? Right? And was in and won twice.
And as soon as she did win, the first thing I was like the first one to get 2 wins, I thought it was going to be, we'd all get kind of 1 win, but Bonnie with 2 wins, I was like, that's the one to watch for right at the end.
That was the same way I thought. Sorry, as soon as Bonnie won 2 challenges, I was like, that's the winner right there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, my dears. Thank you so much. I think my main aim was going into the competition was to, since I'm so new to this, grow and learn and develop. My main goal was to make it to the final. And honestly, I said this last week on here as well. It was the top 4. Anybody, track records and stuff go out the window a bit, and it's what you put out. It's that anybody could take it because all 4 of the queens were just amazing.
No, I was all top 4. I was pleasantly surprised by what you've done for your top 4. A lot of you really stepped up. Not that you hadn't done well through the competition, but a lot of your top 4 videos were really stepped up compared to what you expected from them. Like seeing other videos and being like, oh well, Giza's gonna do this and Bonnie will just do that and Gary's gonna do this and Candy's gonna do that. You all sort of like stepped up and did, this is what I'm doing to win. None of you seem to be phoning it in.
The one that shocked me the most was Bonnie. I expected something panto-damey from Gary King, but he didn't give us that. And I was like, okay, that shocked me. And what Candy done with the reveal shocked me, but Bonnie's quite literally blew me away with the energy level. I was like, okay, I can't stand up against that. So live gig,
honestly, it was such a good group. So much love.
You know what I mean? And it is unfortunate that there isn't that many live opportunities or other opportunities for you at the moment. Because even when live events do start, I'm not saying you're joining the back of the queue, but there's going to be, when shows starts, there's going to be the people who are resident at those shows, then the guest slots to open up. There's going to be a backlog of people who have done the last couple of years of being sort of guests to try and get through and to start through your place. But I do really hope that you do get the chance to do some live performances really soon. Oh, Gary's back.
Yeah, I mean, I expected that. I expected to be at the back of the queue. I expect that when things open up again, it won't happen for another 6 months or so until I actually perform live. Just out of respect for the
It
queens.
does depend what it is.
Yeah.
And like who's booking the show and what they're looking for. So, for example, as much as it would depend where it was, if I'm doing another quiz tonight, I will quite happily book Candice to do that with a Queen number.
Yeah.
But if we're doing another Broadway baby, I would quite happily say to Bonnie Batts, right, do you want to come in addition for one of the support roles in Broadway baby again? Because, you know, that's what you do, sort of the musical theatre side. We've got pan traditions coming up. Stuff like that, if we've got stuff coming up, you will be considered for. I don't think there's anyone that wouldn't be considered. There's some of you that maybe I know what you're going to get a next message about, being like, by the way, we're doing quiz night. Do you have a quiz number? Disney quiz.
Yeah.
Or we're doing like, you know, this, that, the next thing. I would quite happily, if we were looking for people for things, use any of yous if you fit for what it is, because it's not, the shows we run isn't just a case of, oh, come and do 5 minutes of whatever. There's generally is some sort of theme or script or reason or oh, apparently they're opening for the Roo Girls at AXM.
What?
Apparently they're opening for the Roo Girls at AXM.
What?
What? You've kept quiet. What happened there?
I think there's talk of it. I was speaking about it last night to someone, but I don't think the details are confirmed for it yet. But I know that it is happening.
Okay, so
Is it all the queens in the
But
competition?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just saw that comment.
last night.
I went to my foot into here. Be very careful because what you start saying about that.
Oh.
Because if you are opening for the Roo Girls, you are literally taking gigs away from people who have been working for them and doing them for years. And if it does suddenly become those who are expected to open for them, oh, well, we're now just using the. And that's not. Do it as a good opportunity. I'm just be very careful and be aware that you could end up with a backlash of, wait a minute, that was our job that we've been doing for 3-4 years. Why is it now?
To be fair, I'm not one of those queens that's very, oh, well, you know, and cause a fight. I'm mellow, I'm very respectful of all the other queens. And like I said, you know, I respect that I'm not going to be performing for months out of respect for the queens that have been, you know, doing it for years.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not been not performing for months, and I commit wrong sort of telling you no. I'm not telling you not to do it. If you've got offered it, do it. I'm more saying just be aware when you do it to be ready for comments are probably going to be made. And all I'm telling you is just be ready to get a thick skin and go, well, I'm the one with the booking, not you.
I think we've got some plans for some other stuff coming up too, which is really exciting. Like, I know just now I'm going to mention it because it's for charity and I just want to let anybody watching. This weekend I'm appearing in Mother Goose, which is streaming live on the internet. It's all for 3 amazing children's charities, and it's featuring me, Janie Godley, it's got Frank McAvenny, and it's all for charity, which is amazing. So if anybody's out there, go to my website, you can watch it there, which is gkpa.uk. And I know that me and some of the other girls have got a plan of something that we're already booked to do later in the year as well, which is exciting. But I think it's one of those things, if we're invited to something, I might turn up just for a wee party, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to say no to anything.
No, say no to nothing. I know that's what I came out. I was trying to sort of like say it in a way, and it just ended up coming out wrong. I'm trying to like beat around the bush. Do the gigs. Right? Just be prepared for Put it this way, Gary. See if for whatever reason Britannia been winning this competition, but I wasn't the one that was judging it or involved in it, right? And the prize then became that you got to play Dame in the panto, right? One, the trusting that I'm currently fundraising for would be coming out with me. Two, so would the costumes. And three, I wouldn't be quiet about saying, I've brought this panto here when you said fuck all. I'm the one that got you the national reviews, right? And you don't even fucking ask me. That's what I'm trying to be careful. Obviously, someone does come in and goes, I've been working and I brought all this in. Why has it now been?
Oh, I agree. And I think the thing that we're most excited about, rather than just performing, is maybe us actually going to watch other people perform and get a drink together. I think that'll be exciting for us.
That's how you do it. Go and see other people's shows so that they see that you're supportive, and then you come and steal their gigs. None of you do share, by the way, do you?
No, that's Jennifer Coolidge. I don't do it.
I've got someone looking for a share. Do any of you do any tribute acts to an icon? And I don't mean a number, I mean like a full tribute act.
One of my mates is an amazing share. I'll send you over his details.
That's fine. Because I got a message from somewhere that I'd worked with before, and we'll probably get back to what do I do a couple times, like, oh, we're doing that today. Do you do share? And I'm like, no, I'm more of an Ethel Merman girl myself. Like, I don't do share. But I'm like, but I'll see if I can find you a share.
I will say, Sugar does a good Patti LuPone.
Okay.
I'll leave that in your hands, Effie.
No, but I think it's similar to the fact that I follow the Ethel Merman school of singing. I'm not in tune, but I'm loud. I think they're looking for like a Cher, a Kylie, a Celine Dion, rather than looking for like Patti LuPone, Ethel Merman, Bernadette. It's more like that sort of like thing I think that they're looking for. But if they're looking for a Patti LuPone, I'll definitely pass on our details. I'll just say be very careful what you say to her. So, okay, it's nearly 9 o'clock. Will I tell you who's won Miss Congeniality?
Aye, go on, we're not busy.
I don't know, I might as well just tell you and then go. I was going to talk about this Scottish Leaders debate, but I don't know whether I can be asked. Basically, Douglas Ross was showing up to be incompetent as he was. Especially when he then tried to claim that racism and someone wanted to kill him was just part of the job. Anyway, so I'm gonna let you guess a wee bit. Do you think the winner of Miss Congeniality is on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. How can you? I love that sort of like panic look in someone's face. Okay, right, I think we can clearly say that it's not Gary. Right, I think we know it's not Gary because I don't think. However, that has happened before. Miss Auntie Ginger, who's one of the panelists for this show, I think she's on at the end of April, won both Miss Drag UK and Miss Congeniality for Miss Drag UK in the same year.
I love that.
But unfortunately, Gary, it's not you.
That's all right.
Reese, it might be you.
Really?
Giza, it's not you.
That's fair.
I'm sorry. I'm gutted it's not you. But I've then heard all the bitchy comments you've been saying about people. You're not as nice as you make out.
Right. Court.
Allegedly. Bonnie, might be you.
Ooh.
Does anyone want to take a guess? It also may be Candy, who should or shouldn't be here. Does anyone want to take a guess as to who it is? Right, Gary, so you won it. Who do you think won Miss Congeniality? Right. Who do you think should have won Miss Congeniality because of how they did in the competition, how they treated other people, how other people treated them?
I
Who
think
do you
this is
think's won Miss
such a,
Congeniality?
it's a general answer, but I honestly think that everybody's been really nice and everybody's been really supportive. And that sounds as if we're just saying that, but they really all have been the nicest people. I've already put my vote publicly on the page, and I said that it was Bonnie. Bonnie's been at the other end of the phone for me every week, just to sort of talk me over stuff and just, just all round amazing. But as I said, everyone has, but I'm Team Bonnie.
Oh, thank you.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's going to be Bonnie, and no disrespect to Reese, but only because
Candy.
they did get further. Or Candy, sorry. Only because they did get further in the competition, and logistically that's what normally would happen. So
But isn't statistically on Drag Race, Miss Congeniality is normally fifth? Or goes out week 5, which would be Reese.
is it then Reese?
Candy's not here, she's disappeared. Just to check, is there a prize for Miss Congeniality?
Probably a cream egg or something.
Right.
Cream egg.
In that case, I'll send Miss Congeniality a free pen. It's the only thing I've got, because you've already got discount codes for Panto and everything. I would know Candy's a shady queen. We all knew Candy was the winner of Miss Congeniality. But then there was that fear that she was going to get it, because you've got to be nice to the mains. You know what I mean? And she's from the generation where everyone wins a prize. However, the winner of Miss Congeniality for Pride Glasgow Drag Race on TikTok Season 1 2021 is... Oh, it's me that does that, so I kind of press drum roll. I was waiting for the suspense music and the crickets and all that. The best thing is I've known this since about 8 o'clock, because I get the message at 8 o'clock and just sort of dragged it out. Bonnie Banks.
I'd like to thank my mum, my dad. And thank God I can't do this nice act anymore. I hate you all.
I'm sure
I love you all.
someone was talking about like how people are like how drag queens are shady in drag, but are really nice people. And I'm like, no, see, I'm the opposite. You know what I mean? I play a character who's really nice. Oh, hello, my Bonnie Bear, how are you? Oh, that's lovely, dear. Well, you'll go very far. Oh, that's wonderful. Have you seen the fucking state of her hair? So well done, Bonnie Banks. I don't think
Thank you so much.
But
It means a
at
lot.
least you can know that you did not play this competition to win. You were just nice to everybody.
Oh,
And that's going to get you... It probably will actually get you far. They say it won't get you far in this business. It does get you far. Right, if you're nice to people, you never know. You never know who's casting for what or who's doing what. But being nice is... You know what? So well done, and I'll send you a free pen. Have you got a preference of
Thank you
colour?
so much.
Black, yellow, pink, red, green.
Oof.
You got a preference of colour?
I think since I'm wearing red hair, I'll go for green. Be Princess Fiona.
Cool. I'll send you one of the green pens.
Green fantasy.
Oh, and I'll speak to Chris and I'll get that sent out to you. So well done. Does anyone have anything that they would like to plug? Right, Chris, the last time that we talked to... No, not saying the last time we'll talk to any of you. If you do something important or something scandalous, then you'll get invited back on. And you'll also have the opportunity to... I think I sent it to Chris. We're looking for new regular panellists. So those that weren't considered, let me know, and we're going to start considering them. So anything that you would like to plug? Gary's already plugged his Panto. Anyone else got anything they want to plug or promote?
I plug my Instagram, plug my TikTok. I'm Giza Gobble everywhere. Can't get rid of me.
KSPs.
Exactly. I'm patient zero.
Yes, have you anything that you would like to plug, promote, or comment that you would like to make?
Well, probably just my social media, like my Instagram I use the most is @thatrainbowqueen. and it's the same with my Facebook. And then my Twitter is Spectrum_Queen1, and then TikTok is Reese_Spectrum. So yeah, that's all.
I should have pre-planned this so we could have them typed up and put on the screen for you, but I'm not that organised. And Bonnie, and you would like to plug or promote?
I'm the same with my socials. TikTok mostly because I need some more followers on there. At Bonnie Banks Queen.
And
I
Gary,
think I've got one last
Goose.
thing.
I know. I don't want you to get the chance. Other than Mother Goose, anything else you'd like to promote, plug, or comment you'd like to make about the competition or drag in general?
I think the most important thing to plug is Pride Glasgow, because it's more than just a wee competition online that we've all enjoyed being part of. I think the biggest thing is everybody needs to go like their page, support the work that they do, and just turn up for stuff like this, because I think that's the thing to remember about it most, is it's not just a competition, it's through Pride Glasgow who really it's such an important thing. So if everybody goes, likes their page, keep their eye on all their social media, and hopefully they can be planning events in real life soon.
That's great. So thank you very much all for joining us this week. I'm going to wrap it up now because I kind of need to go and fling my minge over a bucket. Thank you everyone for watching Not So Straight Talk. And we will be back next week at 8 o'clock with whatever panelist it is it's actually on. And actually back to talking about current events, because I can't be lazy. I'm actually going to have to research this week current events to talk about social issues rather than going, let's just talk about Drag Race again. We'll bring on the Glasgow Drag Race guests and talk to them about their experience. That'll be on my social attitudes. So we're back to talking about the election and social issues and anything else that happens, because there's change of restrictions as of Monday. You can go back to the garden centres. So next week, everyone that's watching can tell us what they bought at Dobby's. Wouldn't that be exciting? If you have enjoyed this evening, you wish to support local drag, you can send a donation to paypal.me/thevestigirls. And if you wish to support the Trust Fund, check out my Facebook page so that it can get trusted to put my curtains up. And you can buy a duck for the Panopticon Duck Race, which will be on the 17th of April, so 2 weeks tonight. It's literally at 7:30, so you're going to see me do it and then come and do Not So Straight Talk. Ducks are £5 each, and you can send me a message, or you can donate directly to the Panopticon We Won a Trust campaign at paypal.me/Panopticon Stage. And I'm so glad I got it right, because I made the promo video about it and literally did a full promo video, sent it in, and then realised I'd went, and you can donate directly at paypal.me/thevestigirls. Right, so I had to delete it and restart it because I've got so used to just going paypal.me/thevestigirls. So thank you for joining me. Everyone at home, take care, wear a mask, follow the guidelines, have fun at Dobby's because you can go back there from Monday, and we'll see you next week. Chatty, I've done it again. I'm never ready to do the tatty bye. Chatty bye.
Bye.